Well, post, pay, repeat. Social media isn't just for socializing anymore, it's a lucrative business, and the demand for daily content has fueled the family vlogging trend. One study found that videos featuring young children get 3 times as much traction. So family vloggers are cashing in, but also coming under fire. Now, Ruby Franke of the popular Channel 8 Passengers was just sentenced to up to 30 years in prison after being accused of torturing 2 of her children. She often shared footage of harsh punishments, and she's one of the most egregious examples. Now, Seth and Christy are young parents with 2 million followers on TikTok. They post about daily life with their 2 little children and have their share of haters, but say their kids love the camera. Take a look.
Today we're letting Noelle choose everything we do.
A day in the life of family influencers is just like yours. We just have cameras.
We do everything as normal. We just film while we're going about our day. Our kids definitely enjoy being on camera because we can tell how excited they get when we're filming and when they're watching back the videos that we've made.
This is tiny and cute.
Especially our daughter.
People ask us all the time how we shield our kids from negative comments, but they can't read, so we don't have to shield them from anything.
Go to ice skating.
Ice skating? Let's go. Okay. Our response when people tell us that we shouldn't post our children on social media is that it's our personal choice to post our kids, just like it's everyone else's personal choice whether they want to post their children or not. Oh yeah. A lot of people ask us if our kids benefit financially from us posting online, and the answer is yes. Our daughter has already shown interest in starting her own channel, so it's definitely something we want to start helping her with. Come with us to get our 4-year-old a Tesla. I'm sure a lot of you have seen the videos where we're buying our son and daughter extravagant things like designer bags or a Tesla, and I'm sure you're wondering why we do this as a family. Let's talk about why our kids have a $20,000 spending limit for Christmas. We've made the decision to invest in high-quality items for our kids. What better age than 4 to start your skincare and makeup collection? Today I took Noelle to Sephora and told her she could get whatever she wanted. Our 1-year-old baby Beans is officially a walker, so to celebrate we decided to take him to the store and give him free range of the store and let him get whatever he wants. Get ready with me to buy our son a Rolex. Our son is finally 1, so it is time to get him a Rolex.
If you had the money, you'd do it too.
Okay, so this is fun for y'all, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And you say the children are having fun.
Yeah, they love it.
Okay, how do you know they love it?
Well, our 4-year-old, she's almost 5 now. She expresses to us that she loves filming with us. She'll say, like, we should make a vlog. She'll watch them back. She'll ask to watch back, like, our long-form YouTube videos. Mm-hmm. And so she loves it. Our son, he's only 1.5, so I guess he can't really tell us he likes it, but I'm sure he'll feel the same as our daughter.
Yeah. And what do you do with him that's not on camera?
The thing that we love about it is we're with our kids all the time because we do social media. So neither of us go to a regular job. So we're with our kids all day long. So when we're not filming, we're like, Noelle has a dirt bike. We go to the park. We play with them literally all day long.
Do you guys post every day?
Not every day. No, we'll film certain things. We'll plan out content and then we'll film that. But other days, like time with our kids, is kind of more private unless we kind of plan to do that. But then when we plan to do that, it's still fun. It's still an average day.
And you say this doesn't take away from parenting and quality time. So you still have just nuclear family time, right?
Yeah, I'd say we have more than the average person does. Like most families, the parents have to go to work. Maybe only the mom can stay home. We both stay home with our kids all day. We don't have a nanny. They don't go to daycare. So we're thankful for that.
So this is your job. This supports your family.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you've got 2 million followers? Mm-hmm. Do you know who makes up the followers?
I'd say we have mostly women, like not a lot of men watch our videos, and a lot of like younger, like when we're out in public, it's usually like younger, like teens, like Gen Z audience, I guess you could say, and a lot of moms.
Are you concerned that there are men that get on these channels and watch?
I would say, yeah. I mean, safety is one of the things that we take most seriously with our kids. Like as a parent, safety, we care about our kids more than anything. So obviously it's crossed my mind, but I've never had an instance where like we've encountered like any comments from men or anything. Like I've seen some videos where there are weird videos that people are commenting on and taking the wrong way, but I don't feel like we post that type of content where we get taken out of context.
We like keep their privacy in mind and don't post a lot of like overshare or anything private, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, there are some studies about this with regard to children. And according to the New York Times, who did an investigation on this, there are 32 million connections to male followers among 5,000 accounts for child influencers. So there's 5,000 accounts of child influencers and 32 million connections to males for those 5,000 child influencers. What do you think about that?
I guess it's
32 million
crazy.
For 5,000.
Oh, that's a lot.
It's a lot, yeah.
Because there are internet dangers. I mean, we have to consider that. 80% of child sex crimes start online. And it's estimated that there are 500,000 predators active every day on the internet.
So we take safety like high top concern. We don't post the same day of where we were. We try not to have any similar patterns of where we go, what we do.
And I guess there's predators in everyday life. Like if you're sending your kids to school, like you don't know who they're around at daycare or at school or even like at the mall, you could be walking past the predator. So I guess like everything in life could be dangerous. You just have to make sure you're aware of what's going on and take the precautions to protect their
You know,
kids.
it's my job to read people.
Mm-hmm. Oh, great.
I'm nervous.
I'm nervous too.
Yeah. No, it's my job to read people. That's what I do for a living. I've done it for 45 plus years. I'm trained in it. And a little bit of what I'm saying, you're hearing for the first time. And I'm just curious how it's affecting you, because I'm telling you some of this, like 32 million men watching 5,000 children online. And I'm hearing the wheels turn in your head like, oh my God. And you're saying, well, there are predators everywhere. That's true. There are predators everywhere, but 80% of sex crimes start online. And I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying awareness is key. Mm-hmm. You really want to be aware, right? Situational awareness is critical with your children. It's critical whether you're taking them to the beach or you're putting them online or whatever. We just need to be cognizant of these things, right? Mm-hmm. Because there are creeps out there that will look at that and in a perverse way, and nobody did anything wrong. There's nothing inappropriate about it, but there are creeps out there, and I mean, you just need to think about it and be aware of it. I'm not saying that you're doing anything wrong. I'm just saying you need to be aware, and sometimes, even if kids first day of school, and they show them walking up to the school and they show the school sign. Now somebody identifies where they go to school, and if they get obsessed with that child, they now know where they go to school. Now it can go virtual to real world. And it's a sad fact that we have to be aware of that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But that's the world we live in. All right, coming up, why one mother removed any trace of her children on social media. The scary revelation that sent her into a panic. We'll add that to the conversation when we come back. The IRS is ramping up enforcement for 2025. If you owe back taxes or have unfiled returns, don't panic. The truth is, it's smart to get ahead of this, but never, never contact the IRS alone. Turn it over to the team at Tax Network USA, because not all tax resolution companies are created equal. Tax Network USA has a preferred direct line to the IRS, meaning they know which IRS agents to work with and which to avoid. Tax Network USA has proven strategies that are designed to settle your tax problems, whether you owe $10,000 or $10 million. Their attorneys and negotiators have already resolved over $1 billion in tax debt. Talk with one of their strategists for free. Stop the threatening letters. Stop looking over your shoulder. Leave your IRS troubles behind you for good. Call 1-800-958-1000 or visit tnusa.com/Dr. Phil. That's tnusa.com/Dr. Phil. Meredith found herself becoming an influencer after posting her children during the pandemic. She said she was happy with her growing popularity until one post sent her into a panic.
I never intended to be a content creator. I started making videos for my family and friends, and one of them blew up. And I went from just making videos for people I knew to having about 30,000 followers overnight. And over the next year, that progressed to about 100,000 followers on TikTok. About a year after I started posting on TikTok, my family and I went out to dinner, and I posted a couple Instagram stories of us. The next day, the manager of the restaurant reached out to me. She said, somebody tagged the restaurant with a bunch of photos and videos of you and the kids, and obviously I know it's not you, so I clicked on a page, and it was a page with thousands of followers covered in images of my kids. And whoever was running the page had made new identities for the kids and whole lives around them, given them new names, and had posted months and months of my day-to-day life, pretending to be me and my children. And it scared the daylights out of me. We deleted every trace of the kids from the internet and promised to never post them again. Can't trust the internet with anything, and especially not anything you care about. And I know now some people call it role-playing, other people call it digital kidnapping. It's just really important to evaluate why we're doing it and to take steps to keep our kids safe, because you just never know who's on the other side of the screen.
Meredith says she didn't intend on being a public figure at all. That wasn't your intent, but all of a sudden, this started gaining momentum, right?
Yep.
And that surprised you.
Well, I think nothing prepares you for virality or where the internet takes you. So yeah, I just posted videos for my family and friends, and then all of a sudden had 100,000 followers, and people wanted more.
When they wanted more, you thought, what? Give them what they want? What was your thinking?
Well, my content for the most part was just me talking to the camera in my car. And so I wasn't ever a family vlogging channel. It was just me sort of expressing standard mother stresses in a yelly format in my car. I don't know if they showed you the videos on full volume, but they're a little loud.
Yeah, no, I saw them. I turned it down. And you said a stranger created a full profile of a family with just new identities, right?
Yep.
Take me through the moment that this sunk in with what had been done. I mean, take me through the moment that hit you. What had happened?
I was just posting, their school photos or their preschool graduation in the same way, you log onto your Facebook page and you see your friends and family photos. And I think a lot of people use social media as like a photo book.
Sure.
And I wasn't prepared. People steal my videos all the time, but I wasn't prepared for them taking pictures of my kids. And I don't consider myself like a psychotic mama bear by any means, but I panicked because I started thinking about my kids' photos on someone's phone or my kids' photos somewhere that I didn't know. Because, I don't think they're not tagging me to tell me that they took the photos. They're not saying, hey, thanks for letting me steal this photo. And had it not been sent to me, I wouldn't have ever known. It was terrifying. And I felt like the world's worst mother in that moment.
How were you violated in that moment?
I think it's just scary that I don't know. You have no idea. And I'm thankful that that page was likely run by a teenager or a young person just pretending to be a mom. But I don't know.
Were you concerned that this could jump from the virtual world to the real world?
I've definitely had instances where social media has trickled into my real life. And we've had to take precautions over the years, having a large platform in like the public figure sense to take care of ourselves and our family. And I definitely was very concerned about where it could go.
Just a quick poll in the audience. If someone did this with your children, took their photos, created identities and started role-playing or pretending they were their own children, would that bother you? Raise your hand. So it'd bother everybody. Because I've dealt with stories about this that have gone so far as to create an entire world, an entire life, and she denied it, sitting across from the actual parents. And the way we actually got her to finally confess is she was selling a lamp on Amazon. And when we found the ad for the lamp on Amazon, this woman's children's picture were on her nightstand where she took a picture of the lamp to post it for sale, and we could see the picture of the children on her nightstand, like they were her children. The whole room, the whole house was full of, and when you get someone going that far, you don't know that the next step isn't to actually grab the children, because the line between reality and fantasy gets blurred. Does that concern y'all that there are those kind of people out there?
Yeah, I agree. It reminds me of one time we were actually like at the mall, and we were in like one of those play areas with our kids. Kids are just playing, we're having a great time, and we see this guy, and he has his little girl taking pictures of our kids. And immediately when we saw that, like Seth went up to him, took the phone, deleted the pictures. Like if we see something like that happening, we contacted the police because that's creepy and weird. Like if we were to see something like that, we would definitely like take action, but we've never had anything like that happen.
They don't have to go to the mall. They can just do screen grabs of your children without you seeing it.
I guess I don't know what to say to that. I guess they could, yeah.
I guess maybe it felt more personal because he was like close, like he was
yeah, we were
next
actively
to us,
seeing
you know
it.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, all these people don't live in Thailand that are doing the screen grabs. They could be 2 blocks away. Coming up, YouTube shut down their family vlog after this mother and stepdad pled guilty to child neglect. Now, the oldest son from controversial DaddyOFive is going to talk to us next. Life is full of surprises, and emergencies often strike when we least expect them. But preparation is key, and that's where Jace Case comes in. With Jace Case, you'll have essential emergency prescription medications right at your fingertips, ready when you need them most. Whether it's an unexpected illness or a travel mishap, having the right meds on hand can turn a potential crisis into just a minor inconvenience. Don't let the unexpected catch you off guard. Jace Case gives you peace of mind so you can tackle life surprises with confidence. Be ready. Take charge today. Head over to jace.com. That's JASE.com. And when you check out, use the code PHIL, spelled PHIL, to get a discount on your order and to have the right meds on hand the moment you need them. Tonight, we're talking about parents who share their children on social media. And listen, it's terrible that we have to have this conversation, but you just need to be aware of the risk and the dangers when you do that, even if your account is set to private. My next guest, Jake, grew up in front of cameras as part of the infamous YouTube family DaddyOFive. Now, Jake's family was getting more than 176 million views, but was ripped apart in the media and real life after viewers raised concerns about their vlogs, leading some to dub his mom and stepdad the worst parents on YouTube.
Stop it!
Daddy, stop being a bully!
My name is Jake Martin, and I was the oldest kid from the DaddyOFive YouTube channel. The type of content that we started making was originally just family videos, and then as the channel progressed, we started getting into more pranks. We posted videos every single day for 9 months.
You walked off! It was you!
It's always a dream to be famous and be popular online, but when it really happens, it's just hard to adapt to. A YouTuber with 4 million plus subscribers had made a video. So they took all the craziest clips of everything that would seem bad and put them all into one 20-minute video. Cody and Emma's biological mother showed it to someone and got an emergency custody order. And then they were removed at their school.
Police came and they took Emma to, where are they taking him? To Rose. They can't do that. They're doing it.
It was very traumatizing. People were showing up to my house. They were making death threats. It was a very terrifying experience.
Stupid prank! Yeah. I ought to break your camera right now!
Jake, thanks for being here.
Of course.
Now, you say that outrage grew over these videos, but that these videos were skits, right?
Yes, sir. A lot of them were improvised, but the majority of them were scripted, yes.
Yeah. But it looks like a lot of the emotions that came out were pretty genuine.
I think some of the emotions could have been getting so far into improvising the videos, honestly, because it's happened to me. And when you're filming a 40-minute to hour-long video and it's a bunch of siblings, I definitely things would get hectic sometimes.
The little brother, he got focused on a lot. And so people did identify this particular sibling as kind of a troublemaker or annoyer, and he got a lot of hate, right?
Right.
And here are some examples of the so-called pranks at Jake's house.
And you're grounded for a damn month.
And you're not getting on anything at Disney.
Good morning.
Stop.
Oh my.
Who's that? Jake, get off of him.
Stop getting in trouble and stuff I didn't do.
Ah, what's up, boy?
I don't care.
I've had it.
Hey, Ryan, you got some egg on your face.
I'm going to kill you.
Now, Jake says you can't always believe what you see, and here's an example of his stepdad telling the youngest son to do some acting.
Here, have the broken skateboard like this. Right there. Okay, and you're gonna be laying on the ground. Cody, look, you're gonna be laying on the ground crying like you hurt your leg, okay? Mm-hmm. Hey, you gotta use some acting skills, all right? Just be crying and all that you broke your leg. As soon as you see her come out that door, you start crying that you hurt your leg, okay?
I might need to wet my face because it's hard for me to cry.
No, don't worry about all that. Just be down on the ground and crying, okay?
This wound up with somebody putting a lot of these things together. It got to Child Protective Services, and they came and took 2 of your step-siblings out of the home.
Correct.
And the whole thing came unraveled.
Correct.
Okay. You think it was unfair? Let's cut to the chase. Your savings could be in serious trouble. When Elon Musk is out here warning us to brace for temporary hardship, you might want to listen. I trust Preserve Gold to safeguard my accounts, and I urge you to do the same. They're the only precious metals company I recommend. Are you going to sit back and hope for the best or take control of your financial future? Text Dr. Phil to 50505 to get your free precious metals guide from Preserve Gold. With gold prices recently breaking records and analysts predicting this trend to continue through 2025, you cannot afford to wait. As a bonus, you can get up to $15,000 with a qualified purchase from Preserve Gold. So don't wait. Text Dr. Phil to 50505. That's DRPHIL to 50505 today. So this wound up with somebody putting a lot of these things together. It got to Child Protective Services, and they came and took 2 of your step-siblings out of the home.
Correct.
And the whole thing came unraveled.
Correct.
Okay. You think it was unfair?
I think that a lot of it was misunderstood. I don't necessarily think the removing of them was fair, just because it was done through a third-party way that I wouldn't like to speak on, that wasn't directly them saying, hey, because of your videos, we're going to remove them. It was through a different way, and the media made it seem like they were removed because of our videos, but they actually weren't. So I don't think that it was fair, no.
And the site came down?
Yes, DaddyOFive did get terminated.
Okay. You have a site now?
Yes.
And what kind of content are you doing?
I am a musician now. I do that kind of stuff, and I do everyday life, just every day what I do, who I am, just more personality. I kind of weaned off the pranks and stuff like that just because it is a lesson that I had to learn just growing up through it. Mm-hmm. So,
what was the lesson?
My lesson was that you just can't put yourself out there and portray an image, because a lot of people will base you off that image that you put on the internet your whole entire life. Like it follows me to this day, you know. And when people have a misunderstanding of me when they meet me, because they're like, "Oh, I thought you were that guy on the internet, that crazy guy that was doing these pranks," and it's not who I am. So I don't want to portray myself as that anymore. I want to move on from it.
Yeah, and you see Seth and Christy doing this with their children.
Mm-hmm.
Are you concerned that their children will get typecast or?
I don't think so, because from what I saw on the screen, their content looks innocent. I definitely think that there's always a risk. There's always a risk in it. Just any words of advice to them is to just always take caution and always be careful what they put on the internet.
Yeah, because it can
spiral down fast.
Yeah. Jake says even after controversy, family tried to relaunch the channel.
Yeah.
It didn't relaunch?
The Martin family is kind of the relaunch, but it's not the content it was before. It's just it's just everybody's day to day. We don't do any exciting, we don't really script things or nothing.
And see, that's the problem of what gets attention on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like the news. I always say about the news, if it bleeds, it leads. People want to see the crash, and they're not going to watch the news if it's, today at Third and Elm, nothing happened. Nobody tunes into that. I would never do a reality show about my life, because it's like, come to work, go home, play tennis, fall asleep in my chair. Robin wakes me up, feeds me. I go back, fall asleep in my chair, get up, do it again. Somebody comes over, we talk a little while, they go home. I mean, who's going to watch that? It's like watching paint dry. So you got to watch something. Right. People want more and more, and so it gets more extreme, right?
Right.
And that's the self-fulfilling prophecy. It gets worse and worse.